Ready to go, Carla?
Yes.
Let's do this. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Here we are on Sunday, March 19th, 2019, and we are here for our 49th show, i.e. 49. Pretty proud of that, right?
Good job.
Already on show number 49, and I'm excited about this one. We just watched the completion of the Federer and Thiem match, as well as the completion of the Andreescu and Kerber match, and we're definitely going to break those matches down.
I must say, it was actually very good to see new winners, like I said before. Very good for tennis, because it does get, the same old with Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer. And the women, well, we've had different champions, almost every year. So
I think a different...
Good to see, though, an 18-year-old win her first WTA title. It's not a 1,000. It's
Women's Premier Mandatory.
Women's Premier, but it's a huge tournament.
I thought this tournament was extremely well done from start to finish. Absolutely brilliantly ran inside and out. This was a good one, right?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed this one a lot.
All right, we will place a link above, and when I mean link, it should flash on the top of the screen. Suggested videos. If you click that flashed icon, it will prompt you to our last show. In case you missed it, or if you're just tuning in now, well, welcome. But let's go ahead and get into our final show for Indian Wells. Seems like just yesterday it started. We have had some really brilliant conversations. Met a lot of people along the way and have had an extremely good time, right?
Yes, definitely.
All right. For about the past week and a half, Carla and I have forgotten to do viewer shout outs and thank yous to all of you that keep us going nightly to come and talk to you and share our love of the game with all of you and you back. Reciprocating to us. So because I take responsibility for this one, I have missed it, ranting and raving for sometimes 10 minutes at a time and then having to rush at the end. I tend to forget to thank all of you as we conversate throughout these tournaments. So what I'm going to do is, so I don't miss it, we're going to give personal shout outs to those that were kind of involved with us on a daily basis, like where we went, we were talking. So it was pretty cool, and I may miss somebody, but hopefully I don't.
Okay.
I'm going to run through this quickly, because it's a long list. A good list, but a long list. All right, ready to go? Mm-hmm. Wainam Chia, okay? Rajesh Kumar, you know who you are. Rhymed, I like that one. Carterry. I thought it used to be Carterry 04, but Carterry. Sister to Queen. I'm gonna roll these off. Aris Zizou, who is going to bet me that Roger Federer will or will not win the French Open. That's another story.
That's an easy win for him.
Luli 1, B-Dog 02, Defet, Dushan Dramakanin. Okay? You were telling me the pronunciation today, so I want to make sure I got that right. Good to go?
Yes.
Let's go. Stephen Gao. Okay? Bain Arega. Okay? Anthony Pinsu, Millennium 13 Constantine, Peace Buddha, Alex Andaya, Furzio 9, so Simone Simonovic, let's go. Dark Knight, L. Lee, L space L-I, who keeps up with our 3-year-old's tennis game. Great coaching comments there, appreciate that. Praveen Dice, D-Y-Z-E, Dice. Okay?
I love all these names.
Me too, man.
Different.
And these we've like had like this whole conversation piece going for quite a while at this point, and I've forgotten to mention it. When we started doing this, we mentioned it every single time and talked about it the whole time.
Yes.
And we've gotten away from that. Back to the roots. Stefan Nizovic. So. Arvis Yagamar, long-time sports blogger, a really good one too.
He's funny.
Sergeant Jovanovic, okay?
A lot of help there.
YTEX Strings, obviously, who has changed the bar in the stringing industry for me or for us as players, at least for our high school team and my 5 kids, right?
Yes.
They have formed relationships with us over the years, long before this, but to find out how we were doing and what they had to offer for our different styling plays or playing styles that we have around us. Anyway, YTEX Strings as usual. Charles Williams, Ethan D.A. So, Sean Vantajuve. Sometimes I get his name wrong.
I love that name.
And I get drilled for it. Here we go. Matt Madu. I think he's a Toronto Raptor fan. I'm a Laker fan, but they're not doing too well. Leo Karagonis. Okay. J.S. Salazar. Apple Fritter. Macajo. Harsha Vardam. Siddhant Singh. Robert Sutherland. Talk to Robert today. Dog. Agradina. And lastly, Stimpy Boy. Now there's a couple other people, personal shout outs. I don't want to get long-winded here. My dad, lifelong coach, who helps us out. Her father, lifelong coach, helps us out. Stephen DeViti from Hydro Athletics. Michael Figgins, Big Hit Sports International. And Barbara Wharton. Much love to Barbara Wharton.
Well, I gotta say a lot about Barbara. Barbara bought me back this shirt from Indian Wells. I'm wearing it.
It's a nice shirt.
She also brought me, they were there for a few days, the book that I guess they receive when they go visit the tournament. I have a map. And I thought this was pretty neat. A water bottle that looks just like a tennis can, right?
Yeah.
So, pretty awesome.
All right.
And
So
you're wearing also...
Oh, yeah, I got the earpiece.
The earpiece.
So, when you're sitting courtside and, you're checking out the match, you put the deal in your ear and you can kind of sit and listen.
Mm-hmm.
Then, this was that deal from there. So, I like it. If you turn it on, it still makes a sound. So, even though I'm out of radio reception, I still get the vibe that we're there.
I love these books.
I love
and
them,
there's your champion, your men's champion, Dominic Thiem.
All right. Hopefully we haven't put you to sleep with that. I enjoyed it because it meant a lot. So sorry that we haven't done that. If we did it when we're supposed to, like every day, then we wouldn't have compiled such a long missed list. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. All right. Moving into today's matches. We're gonna break down the finals, and let's start with the women's match, which is Bianca Andreescu, the 18-year-old, soon to be 19, that took out the mighty, and she still is mighty. So this is an impressive win. Took out the mighty Angelique Kerber from Germany.
Yeah, she won 6-4, 3-6, 6-4. First set, she came fiery, did she not? She came firing missiles like she's been there before.
Andreescu came out of the box, right out of the gate, showing extreme variations in variety. Mm-hmm. She was hitting the ball hard, was pulling off some amazing drop shots. I mean, incredible drop shots. She was pulling off angles. Her rotation is incredible. And when I mean rotation, where she's striking the ball, how quickly she comes through it, and everything is rotating, and she has the dynamics set. She has the shoulders turned. She has the waist turned from the get-go. She moves to the ball right, and when she gets there,
she uses her legs, which a lot of female players don't use their legs, and she uses them well. And she brings her, she uses her momentum and hits forward. Same with her backhand. It's incredible to watch her hit a two-handed backhand with a lot of power, because most girls can hit their forehands really hard. You have Sabalenka that can hit her forehand hard, but they don't have that power on the backhand side. She does.
Now she was able for sure to let the left hand off and to hit the one hand backhand slice, especially drop shots for winners. She was pulling off incredible stuff.
Whoever taught her to have finesse and power, and she even moons the ball, which I don't like at all. Which eventually players are going to figure that out. But whoever did that, whoever taught her variety and taught her the different shots, did a great job. Because at 18, most players can't even volley, and she knows when to come in, when to drop shot, when to slice, when to play defense, when to be offensive. So she's got a great game. I'm more impressed with her than with Anisimova, honestly. I think she's way ahead of her now.
Okay, we won't.
Well, she's 17 too.
Yeah, let's not delve off.
But they're all great players.
Yeah, Anisimova, let's wait on her because we can talk about her a long time.
Well, she's going to be
and
also,
Andreescu deserves this.
She's going to be a star as well, yes.
She's going to be a beast as well.
Mm-hmm.
Andreescu jumped out to a 2-0 lead really quickly. Comfortable, looked just absolutely amazing right off the back. In terms of who's coaching her, I think, or who taught her her style and her variety. I don't. She's been with her coach, who I think is Bruno. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have that here, but I think her coach is Bruno, and she's been with him for about a year. I may be wrong here, but I think that is correct. But I would like to know who taught her tennis from, say, the age of 10 or 11 and under. Right. Because it's almost like she was born to play, kind of in her own way. I know it's too soon to tell. She hasn't won a major, but when I see a player like her at 18...
Well, she's going in the right direction, because if you think about it, players like Sabalenka haven't won a big tournament like this. They haven't. Osaka did, and she won a slam.
Another thing that's really interesting for me, for Andreescu, is a lot of women these days, if not 85% of them, can break serve or be broken with ease. So you can see sets sometimes in women's tennis where you have someone that wins a set that never held serve, and the person that lost the set, held serve. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of irrelevant who's serving sometimes.
That's normal women's tennis. I mean, she does have a great serve, and she held most of the time. She could still work on the serve, though. She did double fault quite a few times. If I had to say a weakness in her game, it's still the serve.
Well, yes. The consistency, I think.
But she serves hard. She doesn't push the ball.
I want to say in the first set, Andreescu was serving in the 70% range, first serves. Second set, I want to say it dropped into the high 50s. I have that written somewhere, and I'll get there. But generally, for Andreescu today, I think maybe once, she held serve the entire way, which is kind of rare to hold serve. I think they both broke one another in the first set. Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then I think after that, besides Kerber coughing up a break in the second set.
Well, in the second set, she obviously got broken because it was 6-3, so she did get broken. That's why I'm saying she could still work on her serve, but she has a lot of oomph in her serve, which is good. Whereas Angelique Kerber really needs to work on her serve. Her first serve and second serve almost had the same pace.
Yeah, she didn't put a lot on.
Very soft, which is why she was paying the price against the 18-year-old, because the 18-year-old stepped into that ball and made her pay the price.
And she never got nerves, maybe a little bit in that second set, but I think she got more physically fatigued. I thought it was more maybe the cramping that was adding up on the leg, and that kind of took her out of her moment for a second. But when she had the coaching timeout, and we'll get to that, her coach came down, and I want to say his name is Bruno, and I don't like coaching on the sidelines. I don't either. I think it's cheesy. However, during that one changeover, and maybe that's the only, I've seen coaching on the sidelines go down maybe too many times, and I just want to vomit. I don't like it. I think it's cheesy, ridiculous, preposterous, shouldn't be there, an absolute waste of time. I would rather get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, slap it on my face, and roll around in this dirty sand. Then watch that. I just would. I think it's preposterous. Anyway, during that one changeover, and the only time I'm going to condone it, simply be because of the audio that we heard when the coach was talking to Andreescu. I did like where Andreescu indicated that she wanted to win so bad, but her feet were on fire.
That was on the third set, Justin.
Yeah, whatever it was.
That was in the last set when she was tired. You can tell physically she was struggling. She was cramping. She had doubts. That was in the last set, almost at the last game, that she said, "I really want to win."
Yeah, I don't condone it. I just think for someone that's 18 to have dug out her ranking. By the way, let's put this into perspective. Mm-hmm. 18 years old. I've got 5 kids. I've got a 16-year-old right here that I still think's a baby. He's going to college next year.
Not next year. 2 years from now.
Year and a half, whatever. It's kind of a weird deal. It's kind of like, whoa, this is we're getting older. So
you got to remember, women do mature a lot faster than the guys. So
okay. Anyway, let me finish the thought. Mm-hmm. You got an 18-year-old girl, baby, right? That was last year was ranked 254 in the world. She is now in the low 30s, like 33 in the world after winning that match, right? Awesome. Her current earnings from her beginning of her pro career to this point now, and I should have had her age at the beginning of her pro career written in, but I do not. was $300,000. Now we think that sounds like a lot of money.
That's not a lot in tennis.
It's nothing because you are plane tickets for you, and generally the coaches have an agreement to travel.
The trainer.
And your team, from what I understand, her own family can't always risk the economic means to maybe go to all the tournaments. So for her to be in that position at 18, okay, that's very young.
Yes.
That's very young. I mean, 16 and there, almost 17. That's a baby for me.
It is a baby.
So all I'm saying, this girl has been from 254 in the world to the 30s, just beat Kerber at Indian Wells, arguably the 5th major. Okay? Arguably. All the women's are 2 out of 3 anyway. Arguably the 5th major, right? Mm-hmm. Shout out to Robert Sutherland. He even shot me the earnings amount today, which was, I have it, I wrote it down when I was talking to him, $1,806,659. And one of this young lady's ultimate goals is to have her parents be able to travel with her now.
That's awesome. I think that's a great thing.
Let's go!
They did say she, I left for the last few points because I had to pick up my kids that were practicing. But I was watching it on my phone, and you said in her speech, she said that they moved.
Yeah. There was a point in time. Now this was not. I didn't do this research. I was listening to it being told to me. But they moved here with a couple of suitcases, and fast forward it for time reasons. But check the girl out. At least put into context, not just a score here. How hard this girl has fought. Now
She's worked hard. But you know what? Angelique Kerber had her chances.
I was just fixing to say that.
She had her chances in the third set.
Just fixing to say
and
that.
It seemed to me like she could not hit a ball anymore. It's like she forgot.
I disagree.
No.
I disagree.
It was, so it was 5.
I disagree.
It was 5-3 Andreescu. She had match points. Did she not have like 3 match points? And in my opinion, got very lucky. Angelique Kerber got very lucky to win that game because it almost looked like she gave up. I mean, there was a few points where they were dinking it back and forth to each other. It looked like she gave up. And then I left when she served. She saw the girl cramping. She saw she was physically, suffering. Why not make her run? Why not slice? Why not drop shot? Why not go over her head? You see your opponent that's 18 that maybe feels a little bit of pressure trying to win this tournament. And to me, it looked like she was deflated. She forgot how to use her lefty forehand. She wasn't hitting the ball. She wasn't hitting. She gave up.
I wholly disagree with that.
No.
I disagree with it, not on all the levels.
I'm just talking about that last game. It looked like she was...
Okay.
I'm talking about that last game. It was 5-3. And Bianca missed the points, not because Kerber made her miss it. She was cramping. She was in pain, okay? She wanted to end the points quick because she knew that if it got pushed further, she might be in trouble. And Angelique Kerber did not take advantage of that.
All right, hypothetical question. If that was Kerber today as she played the entire match, remove Andreescu from that match and place any other woman on tour, including Osaka. Anyone on tour, and Serena.
She would have lost.
And she played her same match, hitting it just as hard, even with all the unforced errors.
She would have lost today.
Okay, so you think Kerber played that? I thought Kerber actually played pretty good, but Andreescu just played too good.
No, her serve let her down. You cannot have 2 weak serves. She had 2 second serves today.
But Kerber's always had that.
Justin, but usually Kerber can hit angles and goes for her shot. She was missing a lot of balls.
But look at Andreescu's unforced error count. They were in the high 30s.
But she put more pressure because she was going for her shots. She's a high-risk player and goes for her shots. It seemed almost like Kerber took a step back and didn't want to hit with pace. If you watch the last games, she was almost guiding the ball. She didn't really step into her shots. She was like waiting for Andreescu to make that mistake or hoping that she would make that mistake.
I see it a little bit different than that.
I know that if I was in her position and I see my opponent suffering, well, I'm going to make it really hard for you. But she didn't do that.
I looked at it more as yes, I get where, but I'm looking at how did it get to be such a lopsided battle?
Because she deflated her.
Where was Kerber? Kerber was backed up. And Andreescu was hitting the ball closer to the baseline, if not inside the baseline, and it shifted in the second set.
Kerber broke her and then got broken back. That's the other thing. In that third set, she was up, she was ahead, Justin, and then got broken back. And it seemed like the crowd was pumping the 18-year-old, and can you blame them?
By the way, real quickly. I did write this in real quick. I mentioned just a minute ago that Andreescu's first serve percentage in the second set was in the 50s. It was 53%, and Kerber's was 78% in the second set. So you were saying her serve was so terrible.
Well, yeah, she won the second set. I'm talking
That's what
about
I'm saying.
That last set was horrendous.
What was even more horrendous today was the screech level index. Now,
oh, no, I disagree.
Oh, no, there was screeching.
I completely
Okay,
disagree.
hold on. There was a whole lot
no.
of screeching.
No,
you're absolutely wrong. Okay, where were you all? What, earplugs in?
I completely disagree with you because a girl grunts, you're going to think that's screeching?
No, wait a minute.
They were hitting the ball.
Okay, real quickly,
well,
I don't want to spend a lot of...
No.
There was massive screeching
There
here.
was not. Please, viewers, comment on that.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. I won't call it a squeal like Azarenka or Sharapova. I won't call it a screech like, what's her name?
Sharapova?
No, the one that won the French Open, Schiavone. She's got a wicked screech. I'm not saying that if Azarenka and Sharapova played, that the screech level index would generally be about a 9.8, 9.976. Now that's up there. That's about as high as they come.
Kerber always
Wait a
makes
minute
that
though.
sound.
Wait a minute. Kerber and Andreescu today at least were in the running for silver at the 2020
Disagree.
Olympics. They were in the 8.9 range, and 8.9876 on the screech level index is enough to qualify you at least to get in. I mean, they were screeching. It was nasty. You know, it wasn't a squeal like an Azarenka.
I completely disagree with you.
It wasn't a Schiavone.
Come on, these girls were
But
hitting.
they
At least Andreescu was hitting the ball hard and using a lot of energy, and she was tired. Sometimes when you're tired, sounds come out.
They were
don't tell me
screeching.
that you don't make sounds when you hit against me when you're tired.
I don't squeal like that. Or no, there
I
wasn't
would
a
hope
squeal.
not. I would hope
It was
not.
a screech.
Jeez.
It was a screech. So, great.
And you know, I read some of the social stuff, and then guys were like, oh, I can't watch a match where people return harder than they serve. So disrespectful. I wish these guys would go out there and hit the ball and see how these girls are going side to side, you know, drop shot to drop shot, overhead to overhead. Let me see you guys do that.
I like the Romanian flags that were flying today, though.
Yeah, well, she does say that she feels like she's Romanian.
Love that. That's what
And
I call.
you could see that. I could see that, actually.
When you see someone that's from Canada with Romanian heritage on the court playing with a Canadian flag, and you see fans in California with Romanian flags, I call that three things. Well, maybe I could make up 100. I just came up with that out of my head. But I'll come up with three things, what I call that. Here's my top three list. Awesome fans, number one. Let's go. Number two, the fans went out of their way to even be there. And if they lived there, they still had to go find some Romanian flags. So these look like really beautiful, nice, perfectly well done flags. So number three. The 18-year-old wins and has fans in the audience celebrating that, waving the flag in which her own family comes from.
I think that's awesome.
I thought this was a Kodak moment. Wait a minute, that's way in the 90s. That is a smartphone picture moment.
Well, we were in that era, so.
Hey, I salute those fans. Those fans were absolutely some of the best fans I've seen.
The crowd was definitely behind the 18-year-old, and that's good to see. This brings a lot of questions now to women's tennis. How are these veterans going to do now that these young guns are actually coming after and doing what they're supposed to do, which they haven't been able to do on the men's side?
I agree with you 100%. I still rank this.
Serena's going to have a tough time.
I thought this was an epic match, one of the best I've seen all year. But I still am going to rank it with the Screech level index officially. Write this down. As a 9.16874, which brings it into 7th place all time on our hypothetical
Who cares
list.
about the screeching? How do we think she's going to do for the Miami Open? Do we think she's going to be fresh enough, tired? How's she going to do in the clay season? Does her game fit for the clay season?
In other words, can she hack it?
I think she'll be tired for Miami Open. And if she lost in the first round, that's no big deal. I wouldn't worry too much about that.
For someone to go from, what was it, Carlita?
100 and something to 33?
Okay, 3 months ago, 154 in the world.
She's done a lot.
Youngest champion Indian Wells in 20 years since the 17-year-old Serena Williams.
Awesome.
Okay, here we go. We're going to start comparing someone to Serena.
We can't.
Because someone won an ATP or WTA
No,
Premier.
we can't. They have different games.
Yeah, is this Osaka's, and the jargon keeps going. Great match. I'm being facetious about that nonetheless. Absolutely brilliant performance by her today.
Yes.
But she, again, went from 154 in the world 3 months ago to currently going to move into the low 30s.
Which means she doesn't have to qualify. She'll be in the main draws of tournaments. That's really good.
Absolutely incredible. The trophy presentation was great. The trophy came out of the podium. I thought that was rocking. And the crowd got their money's worth at the end of the day, right?
But they did with the women and the men.
Moving forward, comment below on that, and hopefully we covered it all right.
I like that. I'm a fan. I'm glad to see another woman, young woman, rise, and I can't wait to see what happens in the Grand Slams.
Yeah, I don't think I missed any. These are kind of my chicken scratch from today. We taught some lessons today. Barbara was out there, and Tina was out there today, and we taught some lessons. Came home, we started watching, and I just wrote down chicken scratch. So I don't.
And Sarah and Courtney, if you're watching.
Oh yeah, Sarah and Courtney
did so good today.
So, yeah, they came afterwards. They rocked it out today and played their first singles match ever.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. So that's it. That's it for that match. Moving forward, Roger Federer versus Dominic Thiem.
Well, before we go to that, let's talk about real quickly the women's doubles. Elise Mertens from Belgium and Arina Sabalenka from Belarus defeated Barbara Kechenková and Katerina Sienakova from Czech Republic 6-3, 6-2. Good for these ladies.
It's great for those ladies.
Good for Sabalenka too.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Hold on, I was listening to Robert De Niro. Sorry. All right,
I think those things are pretty neat.
I'll call you back, bro.
How did you like the commentating today on the tennis match, by the way?
Which one?
The women's.
Well, I think they had a different crew on each one.
They had Chris Ever in the women's.
I always like when Fowler commentates. I
love hearing Martina, but she wasn't there. Martina Navratilova.
All in all, I thought the commentating was good. I thought it was pretty,
we were all taken by surprise. We thought that Kerber would win that match, but the 18-year-old did.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, especially when Fowler. When Fowler, I'm a football guy too, so he does a good job across the board.
Well, also onto the men's double, Horacio Ceballos from Argentina, Nikola Mektic from Croatia defeated Marcelo Melo from Brazil and Lukas Kubat from Poland 4-6, 6-4, and 10-3 in the third.
That's a great job for those guys too.
Yeah.
I think in the midst of that run, you watched Fognini and Djokovic
they reached the semifinals.
Valiantly try. I know I kind of went off on a tangent about that the other day. Didn't mean to go there. That just happened. So you had Bob and Mike Bryan in the mix. You had Mahut and Kerber that were in the mix.
Well, it's good to see that doubles is starting to make a name for itself. I love the fact that the top single players play doubles. That's good for the sport. I think that's good for doubles.
I think you were in a conversation yesterday or the day before with someone here in our group. And again, this is out of our group.
I think you were.
Was it DFET?
Yeah, he mentioned why didn't. I believe me, I do watch the doubles, and I forgot yesterday we didn't have enough time, but that's why I mentioned it today.
I thought that was a good bit right there.
Yeah.
Thought you did well. I thought that was a winner down the line.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Well, on to the men's.
All right.
Are you bummed out?
No, I'm not too bummed out on this loss.
I like Dominic Thiem. I thought Federer would win, but it didn't happen that way. Dominic Thiem won today against Roger Federer from Switzerland. 3-6, 6-3, 7-5.
Federer came out cruising in the golf cart, actually just chilling. He wasn't driving. He was chilling. In the back of it, and Thiem was kind of faced the other way in the front of it. Came out and just lit Thiem up, 3-0 in the first. I watched every ball strike of this match. I think I missed a few points in the third set. Brilliant beginning. Raced out to a 3-0 lead. Serve was looking good. Some really beautiful touch half volleys, especially around the net areas. Some nice drop shots.
And hey, I was happy to see two one-handers go at it. So.
Yeah, and by the way, I can't just single out the women on their screech level index. See, men have a grunt level index,
Thiem is loud.
but we throw it into the SLI. So the screech level index is synonymous with grunt level index. And Djokovic gets up in pitch, and Nadal gets way up there in pitch. Thor Kachanov gets up there a lot. But today, Thiem, I officially registered pretty low. I don't think he'd qualify for the World Championships here, but he gave it a good shot. He qualified at 8.2367. That was across the board. No one else was around but me, so that's my score only.
Well,
but nonetheless, I thought it sounded pretty good.
He was ripping forehands and backhands. Both sides looked strong. He looked like he came out to win this. I mean, the first set, I thought, okay, 6-3. Justin says, don't get your hopes up. He said, because Federer is known to get the lead and lose the matches.
And then lose it.
And he did lose the matches.
Well.
And he had an opportunity. He had many opportunities.
Because when Federer plays, or when, I don't know, I just kind of always remember points if I'm watching, I guess. But Federer was, I guess you could say, comfortably in control of this match. Took the first set 6-3.
Yes.
Comfortably in control. I was looking for the proper word, sorry. Federer, if I remember correctly, was 2 break points away at 1-1 in the second set from breaking Thiem, and with his current performance up until that point, in other words, he just won the first set 6-3. It's at 1-1 on serve in the second. Federer is receiving serve, I want to say, at 15-40, and maybe even love 40. I think Thiem was serving at love 40. Just saying, okay? I think Thiem was serving at love 40. Break point, lost it. Another break point, lost it. Another break point, lost it. Add in, no, then it went to add out because he had another break point after that. 4 break points, deuce. Add out, had another break point, deuce. Thiem serves and then holds the game. Well, if I'm off there, let me know. But I think he coughed up 5 break points in one game.
He did. Again, I saw a lot of opportunities that he had. He didn't take them. I think the young Federer would have taken those opportunities. Sometimes I feel like he's the older Federer. Well, he is older playing, you know? I mean, but Thiem played lights out. You cannot take away credit from Thiem. He deserved this title. He came out to play. He had him running side to side to side. Even his backhand was better than Federer's today.
I still don't like how Thiem jumps up and hits his one-hander a lot. I don't care for it.
He's a powerful guy, so he can do it.
Why you gotta jump and hit? Why don't you just stay down and hit through it? Why do you gotta jump and hit? I don't get that. I wouldn't coach it.
No, it's not recommended. Maybe they're trying to be flashy. I don't know, but I saw hunger in his face today, and that's a good thing to see.
A couple notes I wrote down during this section of it, and I kind of skipped over a little bit. I talked about his grunt level index. I wrote here that Federer's touch early in the first set, during the first set, was amazing. It usually always is.
Not on the third set.
Not in the third set.
He couldn't even drop shot.
We're going to get there. This was quick tennis. It was 1, 2, 3, set it up, serve +1, serve +2, technical, powerful when it needed to be, eased on the throttle, eased off the throttle. Federer was dominating. Okay, early, 6-3, comfortably. He's doing his bandana back, smooth, hadn't even broken a sweat, and Thiem's taking off his hat. That's how it's going down. I'm just telling you, I watched it happen. So it was really smooth for Roger. By the way, the crowd in this match was completely packed. Awesome crowd. And it was for the women's, too. So great job for the Indian Wells folks because that place was jammed.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tournament.
Great job. Federer had a beautiful drop shot at the beginning of the second set. And I was thinking to myself, I think it was 0-0 in the first set. You know, I thought Thiem was deflated and Roger was fixing to just cruise to the finish line, right? So at 1-1, I wrote this in. Federer had 2 break points receiving serve at 15-40. So 2 break points coughed up there, and then 2 more after we got to deuce and lost those 4. Now think about it. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. The match is over. He lost.
Right.
But ultimately, if he would have converted one of those 4 break points in that game, he should have been up 2-1 and coulda held to be up 3-1 and woulda won the match if that would have happened, but it didn't.
There's a lot of coulda, wouldas. You can't really talk about
Coulda, woulda, shouldas.
The reality.
That was an ultimate coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Look, it's Thiem's first 1,000 Masters title, right? Last year he got to the French Open final against Nadal and lost. Everyone thinks he's a possible contender for the French Open this year.
Thiem?
Yeah, I just personally to me, he lost to Acapulco. Okay, he did great in this tournament. Bravo for the guy. He won his first ATP 1000. I think it's about time. He should have done this a few years ago. He was kind of in the same boat as Zverev, in my opinion, or Zverev, in my opinion. Do I think that he'll play lights out like this? I mean, he's going to have a high career ranking of number 4 in the world now. I don't think that he is consistent enough to keep playing the same way.
I think this guy played incredible today, but,
Yeah.
but I think that is...
I'm not jumping on that bandwagon.
I'm not going there. Again, this is not a major. It's
Well,
2 out of
most
3
people-
sets. It's a different
Well,
game.
most fans, they see a player win, they're like, oh, this is going to be the next guy. We'll see. He's 25, too.
Thiem was 2 points away, in my opinion, at 1-1 in the second set from losing. If Federer, I think, would have gotten a 3-1, we'd be seeing the match be 2 sets at probably 6-3, 6-3. Thiem is Thiem.
Well, he had 2 out of 11 break points, Federer.
There you go.
That
2 of
says it
11.
all
That's
right
rough.
there.
So Thiem is Thiem is Thiem is Thiem is Thiem. What you're going to see is what you're going to get pretty much every time he shows up. But as long as there is someone with the likes of Djokovic, Federer, Nadal, and again, this wasn't Federer in his prime. He's 37 grandfather time years old.
Hey, by the way, that was...
He's 37. Okay, let's put it this way. Federer today played at probably 60% of his best tennis that he ever played.
In the third set. In the second and third
Yeah,
set.
okay.
He didn't look like your normal Federer, but there's no excuses. He lost.
Yeah, maybe he... Now, wait a minute. I want to say in 2003, 4, and 5, or maybe it's 2004, 5, and 6. I am totally shooting this out of my head. So if I got it wrong, don't shoot me. But Roger Federer won this tournament 3 times in a row. He beat Leighton Hewitt in one final, I know. He beat, Leighton Hewitt one year, Tim Hemman from Great Britain, and another one, and I'm going to give you James Blake in the third one. Let's go!
Do you know what some of the viewers are going to
Come
say?
on!
Oh, those were not players. They're going to say.
All I'm trying to say is that was the era in which Federer was unstoppable. Where he just never lost. All I'm saying is that's about, the best where Federer ever played. He played today at about 60% of that. And Thiem today played 100% that he'll ever play.
He played his best.
So
we saw the best of him today.
So Thiem...
And it's hard to keep that level. And again, I don't think, to me, he'll lose the first week of the French Open.
I think he might go second week depending on his draw at the French. But I don't see any threat to Nadal. And then in second there, Djokovic.
Do you have the poll question, by the way?
Which one? I had 3.
You had 2. We had a poll question about
what I gotta do with every day.
I can prove that. Also, and I'm sure that the viewers will also back me up on that. You asked, will Nadal win the French Open this year? It was 50-50.
Oh, really? It was 50-50?
50-50. And we also asked if Bianca Andreescu would win her a slam, and they 100% said yes.
Well, isn't it true that when we first started hearing about Sabalenka late last year, I did a poll question where I said, do you think Sabalenka will ever win a major? It was 100% yes. And then when Osaka won...
Well, she won too.
Well, I'm just saying. It seems like every time we get a new women's champion, we're always saying that we got a new major winner. Here we go.
No, but
you know
there's
what?
A big difference.
You're probably right, though. Because
there's a big difference between Sabalenka and Andreescu. And she proved that. She won...
Huh?
You don't think there's a big difference? She won her first big tournament.
It doesn't matter.
Sabalenka has yet to win a big tournament.
So?
And she has one weapon and only one gear. And that is to hit everything hard. And if that fails, keep hitting everything hard.
Okay.
She has no variety in her game.
How much time are we at, Carla? 38, 50? All right.
Come on, you guys have to agree with that.
No,
here's
a poll question. Here's a poll question. All of you out there, who do you think will win a major first? A, Sabalenka. B, Andreescu. Or C, none of the above. I can promise you Sabalenka's going to win. I can promise you that.
No.
You'll see.
No. Maybe, I don't know how she doesn't play. No way.
For Thiem, that is the best he will ever play. And I've seen him play like this before. He played that good against Nadal in the French Open final. Like, he just got whipped up pretty bad because it was Nadal and he was fresh and so forth. But you played a 37-year-old Federer. That's the best you're ever going to play.
By the way, Federer,
if that would have been Djokovic or Nadal, he would have been beaten. Well, maybe not Nadal because he's old too. What his body is. His body.
Djokovic would have beat him. But listen,
Djokovic would have won that match.
He would have won that match.
Easily.
Federer did not. I didn't see Federer feel too bad. I mean, he didn't look bummed out that he lost. I mean, he looked happy, genuinely happy for Thiem.
I think, if I remember correctly as well, Federer made the final of this tournament last year and lost to Del Potro.
Correct.
Correct?
Correct.
Therefore, Federer made it and defended the points in which he needed to stay where he is. I would think at this point, because of Del Potro's withdrawal, for whatever reason, injury to the knee again, I think that might require another surgery, and much love to Del Potro. Hope to see you next year, big guy, but I'm beginning to wonder if we're going to see him be on court again. That's another story for another day. So, Del Potro thoughts, what you think? Coming back?
No, he's having surgery.
But for Federer today, I saw it more of...
it was an opportunity for him to add to his 27 Masters.
Yeah.
And he would have gotten away from Djokovic, who are now still tied at 5-5.
I got lost on that thought in translation.
Yeah. I don't know. I think...
Where was I going with that?
I have no idea. But
I totally lost
it
that
looked
train
like
of thought.
Federer was too bummed out.
I went... okay, that was kind of odd there. I spaced on that one. You know, I was...
But anyways,
yeah,
you guys, your guy
yeah,
lost.
I'm trying to figure it out, but somehow I got spaced in that. Thiem, ultimately wins his first Masters 1000.
Right.
Good for him, right? Good for him. Federer has, 27? Djokovic has 32, and Nadal has 33, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
So to win one, I mean, hey, it's got to break the ice, right?
Correct.
It's an icebreaker. So all in all, though, in the third set, the unforced errors began, at least picked up with...
Terrible drop shots?
Terrible drop shots.
Terrible. That's how he got broken, with those ridiculously high drop shots.
In my personal opinion, Federer lost the match when he coughed up those break points at 1-1 in the second set. And unfortunately for Djokovic, by the way, that somehow managed to lose to Kohlschreiber, this tournament should have been his once Nadal pulled out.
Well, there's Miami Open, so we'll see.
All right. Anyway, well, ultimately, Federer dropped the third set, lost the third set 7-5, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Now
on to the Miami Open.
Miami Open is next week,
and I heard Naomi Osaka's sister will be playing that tournament. And we'll talk about that in the next show.
We'll talk about that too, because that's kind of a hot topic. So we find out about some coaching stuff with Osaka or her sister. A little drama there, a little dramatic stuff going on there. And both of them are playing Miami.
Yes.
I didn't even know Osaka had an older sister.
Yeah.
Maybe I knew it, but didn't know she was a player.
Didn't know she was a player, yes.
So that's going to be pretty cool. Tomorrow, 2 of our 5 kids, our oldest boys who play on their high school teams, have a tournament tomorrow with their high school team. So we will do a pre-Miami Open show late tomorrow.
Do they have the draws out? Because they haven't even started qualifying yet.
Well, here, I read an article today, and you guys can chip in on this in case I am wrong, but I read an article that there's a draw ceremony, which generally is where the draws are released. At 12:30 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. If that's the case, if the draws come out at 12, I think usually we get home after these tournaments about 8 o'clock. We'll do a quick draw run through, and maybe we just film it as we do it and just shoot from the hip.
No, you have to write down.
Just write it all down?
Yeah, you can't.
Okay, so it might take us an hour to fill out the draws and sit down and do it. So at some point tomorrow, as long as the draws come out, Carla's like, please, draws, don't come out. I need a day. I got to sleep. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding. She's doing.
I'm just shocked that it's coming out that soon, since they haven't even played qualifying.
And there's a lot of tired players, but remember, most of the players don't last until the end of the tournament, so they're rested anyway.
Okay.
But we will do our next show is a pre-Miami Open, a rundown, predictions, matches, forecast, winners, and then we'll reiterate the prize giveaway, the tennis racket and string giveaway from YTEX Strings on the next show as well. Great tournament, everyone. Much love to all of you. Without you guys, we don't exist, because you guys keep us going, and that's factual. Comment below on your takes on the matches, anything that we got wrong, honest criticism, good feedback, but stay positive. We definitely always try to be positive, no matter what. No negativity. Much love. Thank you again. Like the show. Hopefully, let us know where we can get better. How's the sound? By the way, was the microphone better? I don't know. Anyway, as the lovely Carly.
Carly, I'm Carly now.
Carlita.
Wow, I'm Carly. My name changed, guys.
As the lovely Carla always says.
Wow.
See you tomorrow.
Adios.
Adios.
Carly.
Carlita. It was a good tournament, though. I enjoyed this one. This one was good.